Let's talk about our promise to ourselves to do better in the new year, to eat more fish. Now, fish is hard to prepare, a little intimidating, I think, for most of us. You go up to the fish counter, Chef Rick, I don't know what I'm asking for or what I'm looking for, but I do know that sole is a very mild, flaky, delicate fish. I might be in. But how would you like to get them for $10 a center plate meal? And look how large they are, and they're already prepared for you with this wonderful lemon pepper seasoning, ready to go. And you're getting 10 of these. I will warn you, these are always very popular. They're Anderson Seafood, so now we're going to talk about knowing your source and white table tablecloth restaurants. And this does have an auto delivery by demand, because this will come every 90 days for an entire year if you would like that. That way you can hold on to the, let's see, 4 easy pays at $25. I should say 5 if you want to. I used to have a, oh, here it is. I thought maybe I dropped it when I bent over to pick everything up. 5 easy pays on your Q card if you want to think about it that way. Chef Rick Roman is a chef and a restaurateur. And you bring us some of the most delicious, easiest to prepare fish. Thank you.
You just said know your source. Anderson Seafood, over 40 years, the finest restaurants, the pickiest chefs, that's how they built their reputation. Just like I had my restaurant, we needed the best quality seafood. But not only is it their reputation, this is wild caught. So this isn't farm-raised fish. This is coming from the beautiful cold Alaskan waters. So you get that pure, beautiful fish flavor. And you said it, sole is a delicate, mild fish. And I just cut this one in half and kind of stacked it here.
Oh, perfect.
And I want you to see how flaky it is. I mean, it literally just breaks apart. I just use a fork here. You could see how delicate. And then you see that coating, lemon pepper seasoning. It's not a heavy coating. It gives it that incredible flavor, that little snap of the lemon zest, a little hint of pepper, not spicy pepper, but just that perfect complement to the sweet and delicate flavor of this sole. And I got to tell you, only 230 calories. It's January, right? We're trying to eat smarter.
For the whole big piece?
For this whole piece. So 230 calories, but you're getting all that great protein, and you're eating a wild-caught fish. Try to find the wild-caught fish, first of all, and then see the prices. And this is how it comes, right? Individually frozen. It's a huge 5-ounce piece, and you take it from the freezer. You simply cut this open from frozen, put it on a sheet pan into the oven or air fryer, and in about 15 minutes, you have a delicious, ready-to-go center of the plate entree. We do all the work.
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. I mean, this is. I mean, I love showing this tray, because imagine having to go to the seafood store. First of all, find wild-caught sole.
Okay. And you know that's going to cost more money.
Exactly.
It's wild-caught.
Then you got to make sure it's clean, deveined, you know, deskinned or
and
deboned.
no bones, please.
Season it. Well, we've done all that for you. This is how it comes to you after you've cooked it from frozen. You don't even have to plan. That's the thing I love about to cook it from frozen. And you have that gorgeous center of the plate entree dinner. You can eat it just as is if you want it. What's that?
How many calories?
230 calories.
It's a big piece of fish.
If you want to put a little of your own hollandaise or a little bit of extra sauce, you could. But honestly, I don't really even need to put anything. You can put a little bit of a fruit chutney or something. Here we did like a little sweet potato and mango chutney to add to it. But honestly, I love just squeezing a little fresh lemon on this, and then just having this with my vegetables, my starch, and I have a beautiful dinner. Or your pasta. And there's 10 portions. I mean, I think about that. I go, wild-caught seafood.
The frozen?
Yeah, this is how it comes.
So there's another thing that's not going to be hard to fit into our freezer, and then we always have something good.
Yeah,
fewer than 500, and the auto delivery on this is always really, really popular, because this is impossible for most of us to find in a store unless you know somehow you have a connection with it. Rick, I've said this before, and you guys know, my dad and his brothers were big fishermen. So we had very fishy fish, walleye, which needed blue cheese butter just to kill that fishiness.
To cover it up.
And my dad, I mean, he caught them, so they were skinned, and he deboned them, but every once in a while, I'd find a bone. So for the longest time, I'm not doing
nervous
fish.
with it. Yeah, I understand.
This is no skin, no bones. It is light. It's mild. It doesn't have that fishy smell. It almost tastes like a steak of fish, or I don't know. It's so good.
And I love reading reviews, because I think the reason people love, first of all, sole, a mild fish. So if you're just getting into fish, this is the kind of fish you want to start with, because it doesn't have those heavy oils, those big fishy flavors, like maybe a salmon, which I love salmon, by the way, but this is a much milder. And the perfect complement to me, lemon and pepper. Pepper just gives it just enough pop of flavor, and then that lemon zest, that little citrusy lemon zest with some seasonings, You can add some sauce if you want, like we did a little hollandaise there, but quite honestly, I squeeze a fresh lemon, and I'll just come, again, the flakiness, you can see how delicate this is. I have a piece here that I cut in half.
And it's a big piece.
You can see, and yes, this is a full 5-ounce portion, so if you wanted to you could make a sandwich out of it, but look at how delicate
Fewer
this
than
fish.
300 to go around. Could you use this in a fish taco?
Oh, fish taco, absolutely, 100%. But look at how flaky the fish, and look at the coating. It's not heavy. You can see the lemon and the pepper in there, a little bit of seasonings. Every bite is melt in your mouth. I mean, that beautiful, bright white, wild-caught sole. It's just an easy and delicious meal any time of the week.
And it's done for you.
That's it.
You have 10 of them. 10. They're $10 a center plate meal. How much would that be if you went out to dinner?
Oh, yeah.
And I know you go out to dinner listen, I love to go out with friends and family, but we have to all cut back these days. And to know that this good food was sitting in your freezer and you only have to take it out of the freezer to cook it, I didn't have to remember to do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even if you bought this fish in the store, and imagine you have to find the fish, then you have to get the seasonings individually frozen. So you just take a pair of scissors from the freezer, cut this open, put this on a nice baking sheet pan, either in the oven at 400 or your air fryer, and it's going to be anywhere from 12 to 14 minutes because it's a nice, broad, flat, thin fillet. That's what sole is, and it's going to cook quickly and easily, and you've got dinner on the table. And you know what? Knowing it comes from Anderson Seafood, who's been doing this over 40 years, knowing it's wild-caught, to me, whenever I can have wild-caught fish, I try to get wild-caught fish, but it's not always available. This is not only wild-caught, it's prepared, ready to go, freezer to oven to your table.
Chef Rick, you and Brittany from Egg Harbor, you have taught us so much when it comes to know your source.
Yep.
And a lot of us don't have that advantage no matter where you live. We can do build to ship to if you'd like to ship this to someone. You know, maybe your mom and dad who don't go out to dinner anymore and who need to, eat more fish. We all need to incorporate things like this. Final 100, did you say, Frank? Oh, final 200. Final 200. Yeah, isn't it delicious? It's really good.
So you get that, again, it's a sweet, mild, flaky fish sole. And then I get a hint, that little pop of lemon zest. And just, don't be afraid about the pepper. The pepper is like just that little sprinkle of pepper to give it that little pop of flavor.
Almost as if you took your pepper mill and went over the top of it.
Gave it a quick grind. Exactly. That's what it is. I tell people it's not like peppery.
No more than that.
Just because that white fish is so mild, the pepper is like that perfect foil or complement. I shouldn't say foil, complement for
Complement to it.
Oh my gosh, that bite is so good. I'm enjoying it.
It is, and it's really moist and tender. It'll make you fall in love with fish, and I bet your kids too. The trick is to not tell them what it is.
That's right.
Like my kids would not eat meat, so we called pork chops, chicken chops, everything was chicken.
No, this is one I think that will please so many because it's such a mild, sweet fish.
Thank you, our friend.
Thank you so much. Good seeing you guys. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Wow.
Wow, that was a fast hour. I'm full.